Thank the gentleman for yielding. And I want to thank Mr. Lauro, who is the ranking member of the Labor Health Committee. This is the story in the Washington Post. It is front page. It is about the crisis that we confront, about the danger to Americans' health, about the dangers children will be born with microcephaly. And Dr. Frieden, the head of our communicable disease operation and defense force, if you will, says it will cost $10 million per baby born with microcephaly. $10 million per child. That does not count the heartache that would be counted. And I want to tell my friend, Mr. Cole, and he's a dear friend and a good legislator, the action you take today belies the representation you have made. What do I mean by that? If there is enough money now, as Mr. Cole argues, why take this action? This was not scheduled earlier this week. This was not having a rule until 9:30 last night. So if your proposition is correct that there are sufficient funds right now, we don't need to act on this bill today. So why, my friends, are we acting on it today? Because the public believes we ought to act. And the Republicans are trying to protect themselves against the attack that they took no action 94 days into the President's request. Because if Mr. Cole is right, we need not worry. There's plenty of money available. But they know the American people don't agree with that. So 9:30, in the dead of night, they passed this rule, brought it to the floor, so that they can say, oh, we've acted. Nothing, my friends, will happen as a result of what we do today. The Senate passed a bill with 69 votes, $1.1 billion, not taking from Ebola defense, not taking from other health needs of America, as the bill does, but saying this is an emergency. Now, very frankly, my friends on your side of the aisle, Mr. Cole, when you want $18 billion from defense, you have no problem not paying for it. You take it from OCO, which is not scored. No problem. But when the President asked for $1.9 billion, about a tenth of that, well, my goodness, this is a problem. It is, after all, not the Taliban. It's not Iran. It's not. We got to protect against that. It is a health crisis in America. And we fiddle for 94 days. If, in fact, Mr. Cole's representation is correct, there's no need to act. But if the actions that they're taking speak loudly that, yes, there is a need to tell the American people, we get it, there's a crisis, we're going to act. The problem is nothing will happen as a result of this action, other than a bill will go over to the Senate, with which the Senate does not agree. They passed a bill with 69 votes. Half of the Republicans, all of the Democrats, said we need the $1.1 billion. Now, the President asked for 1.9. But what they didn't do is steal from Ebola, steal from other health priorities. And I hear the gentleman talking about how much money is out there. But if that's true, why do we need to act in the dead of night last night and today, just as we walk out the door? We have not dealt with Zika. We will not have done with Zika. We haven't acted on Puerto Rican debt. We haven't acted on a budget resolution. We haven't acted on Flint water crisis. We haven't acted on criminal justice. And we haven't acted on Voting Rights Act. This is a cover vote.
Gentleman's time
Vote
has
no.
expired.